Well, the manager of Arsenal, that is Mikel Arteta, is very eager for Gyökeres' signing. To obviously see to it that he really gets along or joins the bandwagon of Arsenal this preseason. And then we also having a very big story about a bid from Brighton for the Flamengo right back. And then we also have something to say about Rico Lewis. Now, it's no longer one game. Looks like the ban has been extended by the side of FIFA. Welcome to this channel. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And we are here to see to it that all goes on well as planned. And let's see what your thoughts are about this as we dig deep into this. Now, we are having Arsenal. A story from CNN in Portugal. Arsenal are ready to submit a bid for Viktor Gyökeres. Mikel Arteta eager to have the striker join the squad ahead of the club's preseason tour of Asia in July. You understand? So, Arsenal are ready to submit a bid for Viktor Gyökeres. That is it. And with the power that they're really having, I tell you what, they want this to get done before they go for their preseason tour in Asia. And we all know to it that these players next week they'll return to the side of England and train for like 2 weeks. Then after training for 2 weeks, they'll obviously have to head to Asia, where they're obviously going to be contacting their preseason from. So, Arteta wants this deal done. That means before this week, because next week, that's when these players will return for the preseason. You understand? So, that's exactly what the guy wants. You understand? So, as it stands, it remains for Henry Bartha to meet the expectations for the manager of Arsenal, right? It remains his task to obviously deliver the player that the manager really wants, because when the manager outlines or shortlists players and he makes a list with the board and the other people responsible, they sit down and obviously come up with the first choice player. And getting the first choice player is really important. Then what they have to do is simple. They go ahead and really deliver those players. And for every Arsenal fan, he would have loved to see to it that these players are delivered on time, especially the 3-4 signings that Arsenal should really get in: Zubimendi, Viktor Gyökeres, Rodrigo. You understand? And if Thomas Partey leaves, it's rumored that Arsenal will go in for another central midfielder, because they would have gone ahead to lose 2. That is in Jorginho and Thomas Partey. And they would have gone ahead to obviously replace them with just 1. You understand? So, as it stands, the side of Arsenal are really working hard to see to it that they give the manager Mikel Arteta exactly what he wants, because this season is really very tricky for Mikel Arteta. However much for me, I don't want him to get sacked, but Andrea Bartha might evaluate him and he'll tell the board, please sack him, because he's not winning anything, you know. However much they continue to play the final of the Champions League, you know, and they fail to win maybe the league, I think there will be an order from the sporting director Henry Bartha to the people at Arsenal that please fire him, because he's not taking this club any further. So when you're really looking it from that direction, you obviously understand that Arsenal will obviously move on and get in this player ASAP, because Arteta is piling pressure on them, because he wants the season to start when they're opening up with Manchester United at Old Trafford when they are really having a very, 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 very good go and start in there. So that's what we're really getting in through from the side of from the side of Mikel Arteta. So he wants these players to obviously be brought in on time, such that they fit into the club. And the fixture of Arsenal, it is really a tough one. Now, Court Offside says Arsenal are planning to submit an opening bid for Viktor Gyökeres in the coming days, possibly worth in the region of 75 to 80 million euros. Gyökeres has been clear that he wants to join Arsenal, and there have already been positive talks between the clubs and his agent. Now, in the morning, I brought you a story telling you that the club of Arsenal and its sporting director, that is Andre Batha, are locked into what we call serious talks, meaning that after those serious talks, what is going to follow should be a bid for Viktor Gyökeres. And in the first story, as I told you, that Arsenal are ready to submit another bid for Viktor Gyökeres, as Arteta is eager to get in this player. So Arsenal's bid is expected to be in the region of 75 to 80 million euros to the side of Sporting Lisbon. And that shows you that Sporting Lisbon has won the battle. That is it, meaning that they've kept their word and they're not letting this player go for less than 80 million euros. And Arsenal is willing to put in a bid of 75 to 80 million euros. And I tell you what, if they do that, then the player will obviously be given green light to obviously come and play for the club of Arsenal. That is all about Viktor Gyökeres for you, and I think he's all smiles because looks like Arsenal is gonna do the needful and really let this guy come over and do the needful for his club. And what's the club? It's a club known as Arsenal in there. Now, let's get to another story. Brighton have made a bid in the region of £20 million for Manchester City target Wesley. Flamengo are prepared to sell the right back and are aware of his ambitions to play in the Premier League, Europe, but will not contemplate a deal until after the FIFA Club World Cup. Now, if you're gonna hate to see Flamengo play, I think you're gonna hate to see this right back. He's really a flamboyant right back, and he has gonna hate to do a lot. And in the course of him doing a lot, he has led his club to even beating the side of Chelsea. You understand? And Man City are also interested in this player, and guess what? They've gonna hate to throw in a bid of £20 million. Now, we are waiting to see whether that bid is accepted or not, and this will obviously be given green light when the FIFA Club World Cup is really done. I think for Man City, they are taking their time. That's what they are really doing best. They are taking their time. That's what they're doing best. And they're like telling these people that, please, you go ahead and really bid, but we all know to it that the agent wants his client to come to Man City. And if I told you an agent, they tell you, or they ask you, where do you want your pie to be? Is it at Man City or at Brighton? I think you would like to see him go at Man City, because at Man City, they don't have a right back. You understand? All those players are being played as right backs and not really typical right backs. And Rico Lewis, one of those that is really extra talented, I don't think that he's really a right back that you'll obviously want Man City to have next season. And speaking about Rico Lewis, obviously, the ban has been really extended, and we're being told by Hurst class, that is Paul Hurst, that Rico Lewis has been given a 2-match ban by FIFA after a disciplinary committee ruled his article of Wydad AC Samuel Obeng as serious foul play. Lewis will now be banned versus Juventus and Man City's last 16 tie. Man City is playing Juventus in its last group game in the FIFA Club World Cup, and now the player known as Rico Lewis has been banned for all those games. Now, let's wait and see how things pan out. Your reactions to Arteta eager for Gyökeres signing are welcome in the comment section below. 2, let's obviously see how things really pan out for the side of for the side of Rico. Do you think Man City can survive without him? And then Franco, obviously, the hijack is on. Your reactions are welcome in the comment section below. Way out.